Hello, in this video we're going to discuss the Respondus Retrieval Tool. This is particularly useful if you have a test or quiz in D2L and you need it in a Word document, especially to be able to save it to your computer or to print it out. So this might happen in cases where you need to give the student, a particular student, a print version of the test, but the test only exists in D2L. It's very hard to take the test straight from D2L into a Word version. You end up having to copy and paste it out, and it can be cumbersome. So the Respondus Retrieval Tool will let you pull it out of D2L back into Respondus, which will then let you turn it into a Word document. To begin, you want to download Respondus 4.0 on your computer. You can do this on your home computer or the campus computer. If you haven't already downloaded it, you will go to the Gordon website, scroll down to the very bottom of the screen, choose Departments, choose Information Technology, choose Faculty and Staff, and then choose Respondus for Brightspace by D2L. It'll ask you to log in with your Gordon email username and password. From there, you'll see the exe file. This is where you click to download the Respondus tool. So you'll download this software here. When you open the software for the first time, it's going to ask you to put in this activation information. So please make sure to just copy and paste it in specifically. This password changes every year, so make sure you have the most updated password. Once you open Respondus and put in the activation information, you want to make sure to select the current personality, which is D2L Brightspace. At this point, we're going to use the Retrieval Tool. So we'll choose Retrieval tab, Retrieve Questions. Then it's going to ask you to connect to a server. If you've used Respondus before, you probably have already connected your server. This is connecting your Respondus to your D2L account. So if you already have that connected, then you just select it and move forward. Let's pretend that we do not, however. So I'll add a new server. I want to check for pre-configured settings. Then I can just give it a name. So I'll just name it D2L Autumn Teacher, whatever you want to name it. Then you put in your username and password that you use to get into D2L. You probably want to choose to save the password so that you don't have to put it in every time, and then run the connection test. This is linking your Respondus to your Brightspace by D2L account. So once it's completed, it'll tell you that the connection test is completed and successful. You'll choose Next to continue and finish. From here on out, you'll just be able to pick it from the list. You won't have to keep adding a new server. So we'll just pick it from the list, choose Next. Then it's going to give you a list of all of the courses that you have under your name. So that would be any of the courses that you have within that you are coded as the instructor within Brightspace by D2L. This will be current courses as well as past courses. So you would select the course. And then after selecting the course, you would select the quiz, because remember, you're pulling the quiz out of D2L or copying it out of D2L into Respondus. So you'd pick the quiz. And then you could enter a name for the quiz of what you want it to be called when it's in Respondus. Then we choose Next, and it's actually going to go through the process of copying those questions over. So it told me 25 questions were imported. So I choose Finish. At this point, it has copied the D2L quiz into Respondus for me. So now I'm able to go into the Edit area, and I'm able to see that those 25 questions were pulled in. And I'm able to make edits if I want to. I can come and do edit and then make edits to the quiz if I need to. But more than likely, you're doing this so that you can get it into a Word document. So we're going to go to Preview and Publish. We're going to go to Print Options. And then here we would be able to print the exam with answer key, or print the answer key only. So a lot of people want to print the exam with the answer key. And so let's print preview that. When you're reviewing the settings, you can choose if you want question numbers, point values, answer choices, feedback. So if you don't want the correct answer marked and you just want it to where you could just straight print it, you could choose this and then do print preview, and you would be able to see the quiz as if you could copy it to the clipboard, paste it in Word, and print it off. It does not have any answers on it, so it would be ready to go for students. You can also choose to have the correct answer marked. And so that would actually mark the correct answer as you were used to doing so in Respondus, so with the asterisk. So this would make it easy to pull it into Word, edit some different components, add in more questions, and then send it back through Respondus into D2L. So because the formatting would be ready for Respondus. If you want it to where you could give it to the students and have the answers, you might want to check list answers at the end of the exam instead of marked as an asterisk. So if you do that, it's still going to give you a printable version of the exam to give to the students, but at the very end of it, it's going to have the answers marked to where you could just keep that page to yourself. So you can choose which way you would like it, if you want the correct answers marked with the asterisks on the questions themselves, listed at the end, or you can choose to not have it at all and it would just be the quiz. Then you would choose to either print, preview, save to file, or send directly to the printer. When it is saved to a Word file, you'll be able to see the questions as normal. And again, you can easily make edits to this, save it, and then send it back through Respondus. And that's an easy way you can edit the quiz questions without having to go into each one for D2L.